Bourbonbarkeep. Curtis?
No, great to beer as always, man. Wow, great to beer as always, man. Came out a little quick.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm excited.
We're excited, but I kind of want to slow it down too. I'm not going to slow it down because let's get through this tasting. But it's end of the year. This is the last year in review we have.
Yeah, bittersweet, man.
Yeah.
Bittersweet. I get your sentiment you're trying to make here about making the good times last, especially this holiday season. It seems like it flies by. So yeah, take it in a little bit. Breathe this in. Stop and smell the roses. You know, this smells a little different than the roses, but...
Or the whiskey.
Yeah,
you know,
you can do that too.
Well, we got Heaven Hills LARCENY Barrel Proof year in review for you all.
Yep.
For whatever reason, LARCENY Barrel Proof kind of sits on the shelf.
It does. It's pretty easy to find. It's reasonably priced too, so you would think that'd kind of help it fly off the shelves a little bit faster. But yeah, for the most part, it's really easy to find. I don't know why they rebranded in the middle of this year.
Oh, we're going to get on this soapbox now.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I mean, I do kind of like the rebranding, the kind of dark and brooding.
Correct. A125 would be beautiful.
I just don't know why you would do that before your last batch of the year, but, you know, I digress.
They did a great job. I get it. It was a needed rebrand. 2025.
Ill-timed.
We've spotlighted them all already. LARCENY barrel proofs are typically 6 to 8 years. I see B-batch still on the shelves. C, I felt like, I don't know if it was because it wasn't as widely available for whatever reason. Haven't seen that as much.
Yeah. Maybe it's the rebrand.
Maybe it's late.
Maybe it's the rebrand.
The copper label holding people up.
That's right.
Ultimately, I feel like 2023 was kind of a banger for the LARCENY barrel proofs.
Yep.
B and C were both in Fred Minnick's top 10 whiskeys of the year.
They were awesome.
So I don't fully understand where that lack of hype is missing at this point. But we'll start with A124.
Yeah.
You said 124.2. We have spotlighted this in the past.
Yeah, way back. Yeah.
I remember A being like cinnamon.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious if this has cooled off in the 10, 11 months that's just been kind of brooding on the shelf. Like, why don't you open me and taste me?
Sure. Yeah.
But we'll
All
see.
right, man. To you. To you guys, if you've been here this entire year, along for the ride, we appreciate you. If this is your first time, like and subscribe. That button's below. I believe it's bottom right.
We also have a join now.
Yeah.
Kind of sick.
500 plus, man.
Yeah.
Kind of cool stuff. Little features.
It's like $2
Yeah.
a month.
If you feel so inclined. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of with you in that I remember it was very cinnamon forward, and it's not as much right now. Like, I still get that, but it's a nice, like, cinnamon sweet apple.
Yeah, it's less aggressive on the nose, but I would not call this cinnamon powder. I would go with this cinnamon bark. Like, there is a drying, woody aspect that I wouldn't say is oak. Like, it's the cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
You're throwing it into, like, this kind of apple cider.
Yeah, you're making like a liquid,
Yeah.
letting it simmer on the stove.
It doesn't go into that dark and brooding, even though that cinnamon bark kind of brings you there.
Yeah.
It brings you into this kind of apple, cinnamon, and there is a little wheat on the nose there.
Yeah.
Like, there is that grain forward that I would prefer be a little more tucked away.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
You know when your lips are dry and then you taste barrel proof whiskey? Kind of hurts.
Yeah. There is a little sting there. Man, I felt that one in the nostrils, you know, when it kind of flares up north.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nose kind of fooled me in thinking that it's like pretty approachable. So I took a nice, decent little swig right there.
Whew. I mean, you go in knowing it's this 124 bugger,
Yeah.
and it tastes it. I'll give
It
them that.
does, yeah. It's got great heat to it. The hug doesn't last forever, to my chagrin, but it's nice and warm, that's for sure.
It's cinnamon all over the palate. Nice kind of this brown sugar. It is very sweet, to where I do feel like the cinnamon, from what I remember, has taken a step back in a good way.
Yeah.
This brown sugar continues all the way down, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like a Karate Kid kick to your chest. Doesn't hang on the tongue, but it's like getting
Yeah.
just kicked into the chest.
Yeah, you feel it right there.
You
Yeah.
don't even like feel it ooze down. You know, sometimes it's just kind of that long, great hug. This one's just like
It relocates.
and gone. Any fruit?
I mean, yeah. I get a little bit of a red fruit, like a little bit of a candied, it's like cinnamon cherry.
I could go red fruit in there. I was kind of debating between like that raspberry, strawberry seemed a little too light, but yeah, I would say kind of this raspberry, maybe a vanilla custard, but that cinnamon bark is there.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here saying it's writing any records by any means, but yeah, that's pretty good.
I disliked it more on the spotlight. I feel confident in that.
Yeah, agree. It was way more cinnamon heavy. And we've talked in the past, I'm not the biggest cinnamon fan in general. So sometimes these barrel proofs will go down that lane and not let up. And yeah, like it has me in a stranglehold.
Yeah. This one, hottest of the batch, 125.4.
Okay.
B batch, I mean, still at 6 to 8.
Yeah.
Do we need to do that again?
No, we'll say it again.
Okay.
6 to 8 years.
Heaven Hill?
It is Heaven Hill. This is right before the rebrand. So if you want to be dramatic, as I sometimes like to do, this is the last original branded Larceny barrel proof.
Could be
I think this is kind of the template that they started with, right? It hadn't changed.
This is the one that is sitting on the shelf. You pass by, and 8 years from now, people are like, God, I missed that horrible Larceny barrel proof branding. Wish I could buy it for $300. That could have been you, like your Bitcoin.
Do we choose again?
Is it? Yeah. Okay. I feel like we have to. It looks weird if you don't now.
To you guys, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So they did away with a lot of that cinnamon.
Yep.
This is much sweeter, more brown sugar centric.
Yeah, a lot more. Still your caramel, vanilla.
The vanilla.
Not a lot of fruit coming out,
Yeah.
but it could be cold down here in the prison.
This is kind of like a getting a little snickerdoodle in here.
I like your snickerdoodle.
Yeah.
I like that.
You ever had like a really warm, like hot snickerdoodle with like, a la mode?
I just want to sit on it.
Yeah, I mean.
Like, why didn't this thing come out bigger?
It's like half baked. It's like just kind of gooey.
Absolutely.
Fuck.
You're like, am I going to get salmonella? I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, much brighter.
Wow. That is much smoother.
Yeah.
That's shocking that is the hottest of the three, because I would guess that's 10, 12 proof less than what I just tasted over here.
Lingers on the tongue a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Larceny Barrel Proof actually does a very good job at viscosity. Yeah. Like I do feel like
it's never thin.
Very oily. This one more than A.
Yeah.
Since we're comparing, but a lot of that dark brown sugar. Yeah. Maybe even like a baked caramel. Like there's like a richness,
like that.
Kind of a toasted.
Yeah, it's like a toffee almost.
Yeah. Okay. I was kind of coming in with a little lower bar, remembering the spotlights, to where I was like, yeah, we'll just see.
It's tough because we're big Elijah Craig fans, and these come out right around the same time. So oftentimes we're trying both batches, the Elijah Craig A batch, the Larceny A batch, within the same week. More often than not, it doesn't necessarily live up to that. So that might be what you're doing. This is just giving it its due right now, and it's living up.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Man, there's like a blackberry in there.
Yeah.
Still that cinnamon. Still got a decent amount of heat, but it's nice.
Yeah.
If I were to poke a hole in it, there's kind of that sour oak just right in the back that A does not have.
You poke your holes, man. You poke your holes. All right. So we have the C batch, the first official rebranded Larceny barrel proof. It's gorgeous. It doesn't make sense that it was in the middle of the year, but it is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, you're turning your head at the mall. Are we talking?
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
All right, man.
They did it's well done.
How about we just be happy with some things in life, huh?
You know what? If it was A, it'd be much more gorgeous.
So
now it's up here. I'm pretty sure I called it a bastard.
Sticks out. It's like a sore thumb. So we have 125.1 proof. I believe we're 6 to 8 years.
Heaven Hill?
This is also Heaven Hill.
Good.
C924. We didn't get this too long ago.
Not too long ago?
It took a while to find this one.
Yeah. Different key. Kind of curious if it opens something new.
Yeah.
And then for the young bucks out there, the black label actually has a full story. Some people pride themselves in being able to read it. I can. Still here.
Cheers, man. Good for you.
Kind of pumped.
Are you a contacts guy?
Yeah, then I got the LASIK.
Oh, okay, cheers.
Yeah.
Haven't done that yet. One day.
Yeah, did it before my wedding. Fiance was very nervous.
More fruit here for me.
Like this one.
So you have cinnamon centric, kind of your brown sugar vanilla centric, and then I'm getting like kind of a berry in here, like whether it be blackberry, blueberry, raspberry, just like maybe a berry medley.
Yeah, I get a little more berry. This one does go, which I don't feel like I got on the spotlight at least. Which, welcome back for the people that watch that.
Yeah.
This one does have kind of like this grassiness, or maybe like kind of a barn to it that is new. It's like this kind of like minty corn silk.
Not familiar with corn silk. I need to brush up on the old, the old silk varieties.
When you have a wife that cooks, shout out.
Does she watch?
I hope not. There's a lot of money behind me that I'm like, oh, that good here.
Tipping it.
All the way back. That wasn't aggressive.
Now I'm getting a little bit of just farm life. This reminds me of my time in Hays, Kansas. Shout out if you're from Western Kansas.
Ooh, a lot of shout outs today. Love it. This one, sweetest of the batch.
Yeah, like that berry sticks around too. Like it's very different than what I picked up in the spotlight. Not what did we do? That was a week ago, right?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Friday. Yeah. It's like a buttercream icing or vanilla icing. A lot of richness. Viscosity is still there. Sweetest of the batch. I don't think it's close.
No, it's not. And yeah, it's certainly not a bad thing.
B and C are pretty interesting. I know tasting the C batch side by side with the Elijah Craig C batch, at least that night, I kind of lean the Larceny. I do think the oiliness, the sweetness, it's definitely more approachable than what the C batch Elijah Craig had this year.
Yeah.
B, dark horse.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
Yeah, both these pretty good. Like we said, give us 2 minutes. We're going to finalize our thoughts, put down our scores.
It'll be like 2 seconds for you.
Yeah, sure. It'll be real quick. And then we'll come back, crown a winner.
Let's see.
Let's do it. Alrighty. We are back with the score sheet. Didn't take too long to deliberate this time. Sometimes we take our time. It felt pretty clear. I felt good with it pretty early on. So,
yeah,
here we are.
I like what we talked about.
All right. So I'll start with third place. And you can probably guess, judging from our comments, that's going to be A124 with an average score of 65. That falls right in the middle of the Pleasurable category. Like we discussed, it's a good bourbon. And for $70, I'm fine with that price point as well. Hoping you're on the higher side of 6 to 8 years. 65 is fine.
It's not.
It's probably not.
Probably not. But you know what? Like you said, it's still value.
Yeah.
This is not a drain pour. I would pick this bottle over many things. Probably not on this side.
Sure.
Maybe on this side.
All right. Down to our final two. I will crown the winner because if I crown second place, then everybody will know, and that seems silly.
Yeah.
So
math adds up.
The first place winner of the 2024 Larceny Barrel Proof Year in Review, we have C924 with an average score of 81. This is a great whiskey. It is in the great category.
The Bastard.
81. B, second place, average score of 77. High-end good stuff. Both of these really, really good. And this is kind of one of those things to where you said earlier that you probably still have the ability to find both of these on the shelf at one place or another. I mean, both are a buy for sure.
I passed on 2 Bs just this week. So it's there. It is very good. C has this really beautiful sweetness to it without this kind of sour oak that I thought the B batch had.
Yeah. This reminds me just like of a fruit cobbler. There's some vanilla in here too, so if you want to throw a little scoop of ice cream, a little a la mode on there, that is perfectly fine with me. All right, well, like I said, man, there you have it. It's been a long year. It's been an arduous, just kind of grind it out type of year. It feels like this was our first full year doing this channel. Last year we got started in June or July, somewhere around there. So we got to do the entire, A batch, B batch, C batch with Bookers. There was 4 of them. We got to do the whole journey with a bunch of different lines, and it was really cool.
Really cool. The culmination is coming out next week. But until then, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
F your happy holidays.
Yeah, it's always Merry Christmas.
But, the people that do Kwanzaa and Hanukkah, shout out to you all. Enjoy those days.
What's the Happy Hanukkah thing? Is it just Happy Hanukkah, or is there like a kind of a more traditional saying?
I don't have a dreidel.
Maybe what do you call
What are you doing?
What do you call the crown with 12 candles?
Menorah. Cultured.
Hope everybody has a good time with the menorah this year. I don't know the customs. I'm sorry if I'm coming across as offensive, but in my world, it's Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have a great next week leading up to the holiday season. So
The heart behind it's the same.
it's all love, guys.
Yeah.
To you.